What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Ryan here. This is the DFS 5-pack. So let's run through some NBA. I tried to wait out some injury information today and bring this stuff out a little bit later, but we're just not getting it. So we'll do our best, and we'll talk through a couple of, potential scenarios about how to deal with some of this stuff, being that the NBA is just flat out wild at this point of the year. And then we will just do our best to go from there, guys. Not a lot else we can do. We have to deal with the hand that's dealt us. And I said something earlier today in the members only videos, like at least the nice part about DFS is we're all on an even playing field. You know what I mean? Like we all have the same information or have access to the same information. And it kind of sucks for everybody, at least as opposed to only sucking to half the field or something like that. But it's a rough one out there. So I get the feeling the rest of the year, like taking a look at the Pacers today, it's just an example. And we had a couple of teams like this last night, the Pelicans and the Pacers. We're going to have a lot of late info. The best info is going to come via Discord and Facebook later in the night, but we'll do our best to get out some things that make sense during the day. And we'll just take what we can do. I mean, that's all that the NBA gives us at this point. So we do have a sale today. Just a little come sign up, join the team. Weekly memberships, we'll have half of it reimbursed. So we used to do day passes for $5, but instead we do weekly for $15. Buy a weekly membership today. I'll send you half of that first week back right away. All right, guys, subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Thumbs up are appreciated. So first things first, check out the Charlotte Hornets tonight. By now, most of you know LaMelo's been out for a while. Malik Monk is out tonight, which is one of their backup point guards. And Bridges can help out there a little bit as well. But most importantly, Gordon Hayward's not around. So Miles Bridges is stuck in a situation where he has to play bigger minutes. He's got an easy PT matchup with the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. He's going to be big-time chalk, so he makes a lot of sense in cash lineups. They are down bodies. The Thunder are clearly not trying anymore. He's a pretty good basketball player, so at 5K, he makes a lot of sense today. We'll take what we can get right here, and he's going to be big chalk, so he makes a lot of sense in cash lineups. If you want to pivot to other guys in GPPs, completely understand, but I think in cash lineups, he has legit upside here in this spot, so you're probably going to want to get him on your roster. Now, who knows what's going to come out for the rest of the day, but as it stands right now, he'll be real popular. Next up, so let's talk about those Indiana Pacers a little bit, and let's talk about Goga, the 3K center. So we haven't seen Sabonis in a little while. Turner left at halftime last night, and he wasn't around. I have no idea what to expect today. My gut would tell me Turner won't play, and Sabonis appears to be firmly questionable. We will have to wait and see on this one. Now, they're going to need size tonight as they take on Cat and the Timberwolves. So if Turner's out and Goga's starting, I will lock in. If Turner and Sabonis are both out, I will just play this guy as the free square everywhere. He's not a bad DFS player because he's a big guy. He can get rebounds. He can roll to the hoop effectively. It's easier for big men to run into DFS points in at 3K against a bad basketball team. He's very, very much in play. I mean, he's a GPP dart throw, even if both of those guys play, but I would not touch him in that situation. But if Turner's out today, I think that's more important than Sabonis. But if they're both out, that's when you just auto-lock him into every single format and kind of roll from there. He's a better DFS player than he is real life. But also the Pacers are a team you just need to flat-out pay attention to. Jeremy Lamb went off last night. He's questionable. Karis LeVert would probably be the easy answer if Malcolm Brogdon is out. But there's a variety of Pacers you're going to have to look at. Who knows? Maybe they all play today, and none of this has to work. But as it stands right now, Goga's the guy top on the board for attention. But like is the way with modern NBA DFS, we got a lot to learn about this Pacers team still. Good matchup, though, with the Timberwolves. All right, cover board for the day, Will Barton. So the key here for me, Jamal Murray being out. Jamal Murray didn't play last night. Will Barton was fantastic. He's playing really, really well again. He helps take off the pressure off of Jokic, is kind of a pseudo point guard with that first unit. He's playing really well. It's a plus matchup with the San Antonio Spurs. If Jamal Murray is in, I think Barton then plummets down to complete long shot type of territory. Now, he can still play well. The price is down. He had a couple of off games. We now get him at a discount compared to what he was a couple of weeks ago when he was playing really, really well consistently. He's a big part of what the Nuggets do. If Jamal Murray is out, I'm really interested in all formats. He has the reliability of a cash game play with upside and probably just lower ownership of a GPP player. So I like Will Barton under all circumstances if Jamal Murray is out. But if Murray plays, then he becomes a long shot, more of a dart throw, and a guy that almost nobody will roster. So you can get him with still a possibility for success. But the most important thing here would be the absence of Jamal Murray. Appears to be fairly questionable. He didn't play yesterday. It's a knee injury. Denver can use wins, but doesn't desperately need wins. So I don't think they want to force their closer in a situation like that. So I think Murray will sit, but that's just a guess. I do not know that for sure. Next up, Devonte Graham of that Charlotte Hornets team that we mentioned already. So as everybody pays attention to Bridges and Rozier gets a little love, Devonte Graham seems to be falling under the radar at the combo pointing guard, the shooting guard right now. Hornets are a team, they need wins. The Eastern Conference is tight outside of the top 3 seeds. No Monk, no Gordon Hayward, no LaMelo Ball. There's lots of Hornets that are going to be in play. But due to a variety of lopsided Hornets games lately where they were on both sides of it, the game log looks less than desirable. The price tag is actually pretty fair at $6,900. I know this seems expensive, but without LaMelo and Gordon Hayward and no Monk, if this game were to be competitive, hypothetically, Graham could play 38 minutes. We saw Graham, get into that AK territory range last year. He's got a crush spot against a bad OKC team right now. You're always worried about the Thunder being competitive, even against an undermanned Hornets team, as they're just clearly not trying. But I think Graham is a guy that if he can get hot from 3-point range, has actual GPP upside right here at relatively low ownership today. All right, last up, KarlAnthony Towns. So this is another one that we need to talk through a little bit. I loved Towns the other day, and then out of nowhere, Rubio and D'Lo were both in. And I still thought he was a fine play, and he was okay. It allowed me to actually jump off of him in a different lineup because I needed some cap space in a couple other areas. I like Cat no matter what, but I'm only making him a priority under 2 circumstances. 1, Miles Turner is out, and 2, D'Angelo Russell doesn't play today. So D'Angelo Russell came in, took about 100 shots in 24 minutes. That really ended KarlAnthony Towns. Once I saw Russell was playing, even though he was going to be limited, that automatically took a few potential points away from KarlAnthony Towns. I was watching, I was big on Vooch last night. I loved him. He was awesome for us. Vooch and Cat have a lot of the same game. Excellent outside shooters for their size. And if Goga is the defender and we got no Miles Turner, I love KarlAnthony Towns. So in the situation that Miles Turner and D'Angelo Russell are out, I love Towns even more. Those are both firmly questionable guys. We'll see what happens. But Vooch had wide open shot after wide open shot last night. Goga is not a plus defender. If he's the clear big man in here, I think Towns has every opportunity to eat and give him even extra bonus points if D'Angelo Russell does not play today after sitting out for a long time. All right, guys, that's what we got for today. Best of luck dealing with the nonsense that is the NBA these days. Write-up will be out at the normal time. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.